Maybe it's a safety cushion that reduces your stress heading into the holidays. Maybe it's paying off a lingering bill that's been weighing on you. Give your savings a purpose, and every deposit starts to feel like progress towards a goal that matters, not just a number that you're trying to hit. The idea of saving $2,000 by Thanksgiving might sound ambitious, especially if you're already juggling bills, rising grocery prices, and life's little indulgences like your morning coffee. But here's the truth. Saving a significant chunk of money in just a few months isn't only possible, it can be surprisingly doable when approached strategically and without resorting to extreme sacrifices. You don't have to abandon your daily latte or live off ramen noodles to reach your goal. You just need to understand how to shift your spending mindset, use time to your advantage, and create small, meaningful changes that build momentum over time. The first step is redefining what saving actually means. Many people see saving as the art of deprivation, of saying no to things that make life enjoyable. But true saving is about awareness and control. It's not about cutting out everything fun. It's about knowing where your money goes and choosing to redirect some of it toward your own financial peace. If you're trying to save $2,000 by Thanksgiving, the time frame gives you about 6 to 8 weeks, depending on when you start. That's around $250 to $330 per week. Sounds like a lot, but broken down into daily habits, windfalls, and smarter choices, it becomes surprisingly achievable. Start by taking a snapshot of your own current spending. Don't overcomplicate it, just look at your last month's bank statement or credit card bill. You'll probably notice that money slips away in predictable patterns. Maybe there are streaming services you forgot to cancel, restaurant visits that add up faster than expected, or small online purchases that seemed harmless in the moment. Instead of cutting out your favorite coffee, think of these as areas of opportunity. The average person spends between $100 and $200 a month on subscriptions alone. Trimming just half of that instantly frees up $50 to $100 a month without changing your daily routine. Once you have a sense of where your money goes, the next step is to give every dollar a job. This doesn't mean you need a strict budget that dictates your every move. Instead, think of it as a flexible spending plan. You decide ahead of time how much to spend on essentials, how much to allocate for fun, and how much to save each week toward your Thanksgiving goal. You can even automate part of it. Setting up a direct transfer from your checking to your savings account on payday ensures that saving happens first, not last. When the money isn't sitting in your checking account, it's much less tempting to spend. At the same time, it's helpful to identify and reframe your daily spending habits. If you love coffee, keep it. In fact, keeping that ritual might make you more likely to succeed because you're not trying to completely overhaul your life. The trick is to make the ritual smarter. Maybe you use a loyalty app for free drinks after a few purchases, or buy a coffee subscription that gives discounts. You can even alternate between your favorite cafe and brewing your own coffee at home for half the week. That simple swap could save you $20 to $30 a week without sacrificing what you love. Another powerful tactic is to build your savings around moments of motivation. When you start strong, you create psychological momentum that carries you forward. The first week, aim to save more aggressively, perhaps $300 to $400, even if it means pulling from multiple areas like cutting back on dining out or selling something you no longer use. Seeing your savings account grow quickly at the start builds confidence. After that, maintaining the pace becomes easier because you've already proven to yourself that it's working. Humans are wired to respond to progress. When we see results, we stick with the plan. Reducing expenses doesn't have to mean feeling deprived. There are creative ways to make your money go further without giving up comfort. For instance, groceries are one of the biggest areas where people can save without feeling the pinch. By planning meals, using store apps for digital coupons, and switching a few name brands for generics, you can easily trim $40 to $60 a week. Cooking more meals at home, even just 2 or 3 more per week, can add another $100 or more to your monthly savings. It's not about turning into a coupon master. It's simply about being mindful and intentional. One often overlooked area is leakage spending. Small, unconscious transactions that happen when you're tired, bored, or scrolling online. That $12 lunch you forgot you ordered on an app, that random Amazon purchase, or the subscription box you don't really need at all. Setting a 24-hour rule for non-essential purchases helps you pause before buying. Often by the next day, the urge fades, and you've saved yourself that money. Multiply that by a few instances per week, and suddenly you've kept an extra $100 or more in your pocket. Now let's talk about motivation. Saving money can feel abstract. A number on a screen doesn't always trigger the same satisfaction as spending. That's why it's important to connect your savings to something tangible. What will that $2,000 do for you? Maybe it means traveling home for Thanksgiving without putting it on a credit card. Maybe it's a safety cushion that reduces your stress heading into the holidays. Maybe it's paying off a lingering bill that's been weighing on you. Give your savings a purpose, and every deposit starts to feel like progress towards a goal that matters, not just a number that you're trying to hit. Consistency also matters more than perfection. There will be weeks where you can't save as much, an unexpected expense pops up, or life gets busy. That's okay. The key is to avoid the all-or-nothing mindset that derails so many savings plans. If you miss a week or come up short, don't abandon the goal. Adjust, reset, and keep moving forward. Even small deposits add up faster than you might think. Saving $50 one week and $300 the next still keeps you on track. The most successful savers focus on the long view, not on each individual transaction. If you want to accelerate your progress, look for seasonal or temporary opportunities. As the holidays approach, many retailers and delivery services hire short-term help. Even a few hours a week at a part-time gig can add hundreds to your savings by Thanksgiving. If you receive a bonus or refund during this period, commit to setting aside at least half of it immediately. Windfalls are some of the easiest money to save because you never counted on them in the first place. Redirecting them toward your goal feels effortless compared to cutting daily spending. Technology can also be your ally in this journey. Apps like Digit, Capital, or even your bank's Roundup savings feature can automatically transfer small amounts of money into savings every time you make a purchase. These micro savings add up quietly in the background. Without even noticing, you might stash away an extra $100 or more over a few weeks. Combining automation with a conscious effort gives you the best of both worlds, discipline without the daily effort. As you move closer to Thanksgiving, you'll begin to notice something deeper happening beyond your bank balance. The process of saving intentionally builds confidence. It teaches you that financial freedom isn't about how much you make, but how well you direct what you have. It's about alignment, making sure your spending reflects your values and priorities. By refusing to give up your coffee, you've proven that balance is possible. You can enjoy your daily comforts while still building something meaningful for your future. When Thanksgiving arrives, imagine sitting at the table knowing you've saved $2,000. You didn't get there by depriving yourself, but by taking control of your choices. That money represents not just financial stability, but self-discipline, awareness, and resilience. You'll have proven to yourself that you can set a goal and achieve it, even during a season filled with temptations to spend. It's a victory that extends far beyond your bank account. It's a reminder that progress comes from consistency, not perfection. And perhaps most importantly, this experience changes your relationship with money. You start to see it not as something that controls you, but as a tool you can direct with purpose. When you've successfully saved $2,000 in just a few months, future goals, whether it's building an emergency fund, paying off debt, or planning a dream trip, suddenly feel more achievable. You realize that financial success isn't about giant leaps. It's about small, steady steps taken intentionally. So as you sip your morning coffee, the one you didn't have to give up, remember that each small act of mindfulness, each moment of restraint, and each deliberate choice brings you closer to financial freedom. The journey to saving $2,000 by Thanksgiving isn't just about the money itself. It's about proving to yourself that you can make powerful changes without losing the joys that make life rich. And that's something worth toasting to, maybe even with an extra shot of espresso. That was all from us today for this video, folks. For more similar content, make sure to check our video on 5 money moves to end 2025 richer.